Hey everybody, what is up? Welcome back to Final Trade. So we see that WOTC has let off the gas on the Spider-Man collector box dumps on Amazon. They had dumped them down to $455 several days ago, about 4 days ago now. I made a video about it at the time. And at that point, the market price on TCG Player was in the 490s. So they were undercutting by about $35. Pretty big dump, pretty out of character for how they've handled Amazon over the last 6 to 9 months. And now what we've seen in the last about 12, 15 hours is they've pushed that price back up on their Amazon dump, arguably out of dump territory, up to 480. Okay, so they're 480 on Amazon now. TCG Player right now is 465. So when I made the video a couple days ago, I said we were looking at probably two most likely outcomes. And at the time, I said those two outcomes were they would get the dump out of their system. Maybe they only had some small amount that they wanted to dump. They would get it out of their system in a reasonable amount of time, and then the market could come back up. Or they had a ton to dump, and they would do what they did with the Lost Caverns of Ixalan collector box dumps last year, where they started dumping and then as TCG Player market price was pulled down by the Amazon dumps, WOTC just kept undercutting further and further and further and just pulled the market down continuously over the course of about 6, 7 months. They were running that dump on Amazon. And so, seeing in the last 12 or 15 hours that they've pushed their Amazon price from 455 back up to 480, it looks more likely that we're in that possible future where the amount that they had to dump was not that big, or maybe they got enough sold through in the last 4 days on Amazon. They're happy with it, so they're raising the price above the current market price of 465, and they're hoping to just get some incidental sales on Amazon going forward. So we're going to have to see. Now, there are a couple things that can happen from here. Maybe the market says, man, this product is so weak that we will just continue to sell into it. When I look at the sell side of the order book on TCG Player right now, it's weak, and the number of boxes selling every day is going down. In fact, the number of boxes that sold on TCG Player yesterday was something like 33 or 35, but it was competing against the Amazon dump. Now that the Amazon dump is gone, we'll have to see, do the sales on TCG Player go back up slightly? Do they level sideways, which is more of what I would expect because you have the competition between the TCG expansion lifecycle, people getting their fill of the product and moving on, etc., against now TCG Player being the cheapest place to get these boxes because there's no more $455 Amazon dump undercutting them. So maybe that will happen. Maybe the market is still weak enough that we will see continued downside on TCG Player, or WotC figures they've blown out enough of these boxes to satisfy their financial metrics, and the market will trend sideways for a little while and start coming back up. So my plan is to wait several days, wait probably 2, 3, 4 days into this week that we're in now, and then see, hey, what's it look like? Are we seeing another 5, 10, $15 of weakness on TCG Player? Is WotC holding that $480 price they've got right now? Do they hold it into the rest of this week? Do they come back at 440 later on? Man, if they do that, I'll probably jump in, buy several more boxes. But we'll wait and see. And if it looks like the market is trending sideways, the way that things like Aetherdrift and Murders and those things did after they came out and plunged, and Innistrad Remastered is another good example of that. If it looks like it's trending sideways like that, I'll probably start slowly buying in a box every several days just to increase my position, average down, and at that point, I'll feel okay doing it because I'll feel like the largest amount of downside risk is in the past. Now, there's always further downside risk in the future, but you have to make an assessment at every moment whether to buy or to not buy based on your own risk tolerance, which is a very personal calculation to you based on your wealth, your age, your responsibilities, where you are in life, how much money you make, all the rest of the things. So, that's my plan. That's what I'm seeing out there today. It's almost kind of exciting because when we're in a bear market, it's kind of more fun It's more fun seeing who's capitulating this week, which store is desperately undercutting all the rest of the market in order to hopefully pay their light bill, and what kind of deals are you going to get on these scarce collectibles that people destroy for fun. But in this kind of bull market that we've been in for the last 12 months with Magic, it's less exciting because, well, everything pretty reliably goes up. And you don't feel like there's as many opportunities to just be surprised. So, a bear market is going to come to us at some point. We don't know when and we can't predict it, but at some point it will get here. And man, I'm a little bit excited for it because I enjoy being contrarian, being countercyclical, and stacking it deep while it's cheap for the long term. Let me know what you think, guys. Thanks to everyone who makes this content possible, especially my very generous supporters on Patreon. Like, comment, share, and subscribe, and join me on Final Trade. Buy a hat.